This third set will be to 15. At Rich School District, we believe that success.
Welcome to the Rich Rebel pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. We are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plain Tires broadcast booth where the Rich Rebel volleyball team will take on the Lions of ICS. We are at ICS today. The first service scheduled for about 20 minutes from now. You are listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
When you drive on the best tires that are rotated, balanced, and inflated properly, you can save money two ways. The best tires can reduce wear and tear on your vehicle. That saves you money in the long run. The best tires can also improve your overall miles per gallon. That helps you save every time to fill up at the pump. At Freeway Tire in Evanston, we offer the best tires with the best service for every vehicle. Make sure you're running on the best tires you can. Visit Freeway Tire today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Welcome back to the Rich Rebel Volleyball pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. Today, the Lady Rebels will take on the Lions of ICS, and we are broadcasting this game live from the ICS Gymnasium here in the Les Schwab Plain Tires broadcast booth. Coming up, we'll take a look at the scene for today's game brought to you by the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes. snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
You're tuned into the Town of Randolph pregame show where the Lady Rebels travel to ICS High School to take on the Lions of ICS. We are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plain Tires broadcast booth, and it is time for the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau scene set for today's game. And we're going to set the scene today. This is an important matchup for the Rebels. They come into this matchup, with 3 straight victories over Evanston, Cokeville, and of course their thrilling come from behind victory on Thursday. As this is going to be their second region game of the year. They're looking to move to 2-0 after they beat Manila to open the season. They haven't played a region game since. This same ICS team, they opened their season against Manila as well. They fell to the Mustangs in 3 straight sets while the Rebels took care of the Mustangs in 3 straight sets. It'll be an interesting matchup as ICS is defending state champions in 1A volleyball last year. So this is a good little measuring stick game for the Rebels as they get to play one of the better teams in 1A in our region today. And we're going to see how good this Rebels team is. They are very good, and they've proved it so far this season, coming in at 6-3. This is the Town of Randolph pregame show, and the scene set for today's game was brought to you by the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Plan your next vacation at Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Visit bearlake.org today. We're approximately 15 minutes away from the first serve in today's action. Coming up, we'll visit with Coach Lamborn in the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full-service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Welcome back to Les Schwab Plain Tires broadcast booth. Today we are broadcasting to you live from ICS High School, where the Lady Rebels travel to Salt Lake to take on the defending 1A state champs in the Lions. This week I had a chance to only visit with Coach Lamborn. We were unable to get a hold of the ICS coach, but we're going to play that interview with Coach Lamborn right after this on the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Well, I'm with Coach Lamborn. Coach Lamborn, that was a very, very interesting weekend that you guys had. But first, let's start with chronologically. Let's start with Kemmer. You guys played a very, very good match against Kemmer. Can you talk about that match and what you liked from it?
Kemmer is a great team. That was a great match for us. Being home was fun for our opener, and the girls for the very first of the season did really well.
This weekend you got to play a lot of really good teams. Star Valley, Mountain View was in the state championship in Wyoming last year. What does it mean for your guys' team that you get to play all these really good schools?
You know, it's a great tournament, and it's a great way to start off the season because you're playing 6 really intense games and full-out games, and I was so happy with our girls. We had our moments. We have definitely some things that we know we now need to work on, but some great wins and learned a lot from the things that when we lost, so it was a great weekend.
So you guys ended the weekend very well with 2 straight wins, one over Evanston and the other over Cokeville. Can you just talk about, first with Evanston, I mean, do you guys get a chance to play them real often? Is it a team you know just because they're kind of close by?
No, we usually don't get to play Evanston, and we usually don't play them very often in that tournament, haven't very much. So that was a good game for us. That was a good win for us against Cokeville. Absolutely phenomenal game. Had some outside hitters just come to the party, and Darlene Peterson did a great job for me. Did well, and Violet Taylor in the back row was unbelievable in defense. It was a great, fun game. It's always a good game for me to win and beat against Cokeville.
So I don't know if you know the exact stats, but in the Evanston game, you guys earned. In the first set, it was 72%. In the second set, it was 83%. In the third set, 80% of your points. Is that something you guys look forward to? Or is that something you guys look for as a team, is to take the points yourself, don't try to rely on the other side?
You know, we do lots of drills, and I say if you can't serve and you can't receive, you can't play the game of volleyball. I don't care how big the other team is and how good their hitters are. If you can't pass the ball to your setter and you can't serve the ball, you're not going to win any game. So our practices are focused on a ton of serving and serving tough and passing well. And I thought that we did that really well this weekend at times.
One last thing before you go. You mentioned Violet Taylor playing really well in the back row, but she also in that last game she had 16 kills by my account, which of course is unofficial, but that's still a lot. That's still a very good game, and we talked about on the broadcast that she kind of made a statement with that game. Can you talk more about the way she plays and just what she means to this team, even though she might only be a junior?
Violet Taylor is a gifted volleyball player, and you get some of those once in a while, and sometimes you don't, but Violet is one of those gifted volleyball players, and she has always done really well for me ever since she's been a freshman. She's very positive. She stays pretty calm and just does her thing. I had to get after her. She was tipping quite a bit, and then I got after her, and she decided that maybe she should hit the ball, and she did excellent after that. It was great.
We want to thank We want to thank Stacy's Repair for sponsoring our coaches show today. When we return to the Town of Randolph pregame show, we'll visit with Max Perry, a senior at Rich High School, as our standout student of the week. During the Ellingford Brothers Standout Student of the Week segment on the pregame show. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
You're tuning into the Town of Randolph pregame show. Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Sim Bell, council members Melanie Lim, Frank Sano, Brandon Hatch, Clay Barker, and Clerk April Grohl. Today we're visiting with Max Perry, senior at Rich High School, on the Ellingford Brothers Standout Student of the Week.
So Max, this is your senior year, a big year for you. How do you feel now that you're officially a senior for a full week?
It's kind of crazy. I never thought I'd be in this position, being a freshman, looking up at all the big kids, but don't really feel like I'm a senior yet. I guess I am, though. Yeah, it's just how it feels. Surreal.
So you're going into your last hurrah for all the sports that you do play in your senior year. What does it kind of mean to you now that you're the big dog on campus? You're the leader of all of the younger guys. They're looking up to you just like you were as a freshman, looking up to the seniors that were here when you were a freshman.
It's definitely a weird feeling. I never thought I'd be one of those kids. When I was a freshman on the football team, we had some great seniors that really taught me a lot, and sometimes they taught me a lot of what I didn't want to be too. So I think I've done a good job at amplifying what they did good with me and then changing the things that I wanted to. It's been cool to have that influence on the younger kids and also just to be a leader like I've always looked forward to being.
Athletics-wise and academic-wise, what are some of your goals that you hope to accomplish in your senior year?
Trying to get my associate's degree, so academically, that is for sure a big goal for me. Even if it's not always the funnest of times, it's a lot of work. Basically, athletically, I just want to finish out this year and make it the best I have yet. I haven't played a full football season my entire career due to injuries, and it's just been wild. So the goal is to make it through the season clean and hopefully just have a good time and make sure I'm there for my buddies and always just have a smile on my face.
So associate's degree as you graduate high school, I've heard a couple people mention that. Do you want to just talk about that for some of our listeners who might not know? What is that program?
We're allowed to do concurrent enrollment high school. That means we can basically be dual enrolled in high school and a college. So we take courses from Utah State as well as Snow College. Some kids are even doing courses from Dixie. I guess that's Utah Tech now. But we just go into a room and we video conference with schools in their classrooms. So it's kind of like we're just sitting in the college classroom too. It's basically the same as college.
If you could go back and give your freshman self a little bit of advice, so what would it be?
Treat every moment like it's your last. I know everyone says that. It's kind of cliche, but it's the truth. I never thought I'd be a senior, and now here I am, the big boy. But I definitely would take every moment and respect that you might not have those forever. This is high school, so make it a blast while you can. Be wild, be crazy. Don't be too dumb, but definitely take risks and make some mistakes.
All right, so one last thing. What's one thing the world should know about Max Perry?
I feel like everyone knows Max Perry. Max Perry's going somewhere, okay? Keep an eye out for him.
What are some of your hobbies that you like outside of school and outside of sports?
You know what? That takes up a lot of my time, and I love sports, so that takes up a good portion of my extra hours for hobbies. But I like to ride my bike around town, especially mountain biking. That's a big thing for me. I don't know, focus on football. That's the big thing, so that's a hobby, I guess.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Les Schwab Plain Tires broadcast booth. We're going to do a rendition of the national anthem. Myself and my color person for the day, the star of the West Star Printing ad, Lex Cornea, we're going to go radio silent until the end of the anthem. We'll be right back after that with your Western Ag Credit starting lineups. Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plain Tires broadcast booth. You're listening to the presentation of Bear Lake Community Health Center. Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels volleyball. We're going to go to the starting lineups. First, for the Intermountain Christian School Lions, you got number 10, Ellie Menning. Number 23, McKenna Stoddard. Number 4, Brinley Smith. Number 22, Brianna Pickett. Number 12, Olivia Frazee. And number 21, Becca Warner. For your Rich Rebels, you have number 4, Nia Jolly. Number 8, she's a senior standing at 6 foot, Darlene Peterson. Number 9, junior at 5'4", that's Casey Wilson. Number 10, she's also a senior coming in at 5'8", that's Ellie Argyle. Number 25, she's a junior, 5'8", that's Violet Taylor. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Rich Rebels, number 41, junior Hannah Scott. As we're gonna have a little bit of a conversation here real quick as they finish the in-house starting lineups. And Lex, that game last Wednesday, that's a real momentum builder here for the Rebels volleyball team. Coming back 0-2.
Well, just building belief in yourself, just building belief in your program. To come down from 0-2, they should take a ton of confidence from that. They had every chance to lose that, and to come back and win 3 in a row. I hope we see some confidence today added to after Wednesday's game.
Another confidence builder would be able to defeat the defending state champions. That's also going to be a huge confidence builder, which the Rebels have a chance to do as ICS are the defending 1A state champs. as we get the final instructions from the referees. As you can see, the Rich Rebels are in their traditional blue uniforms with white numbering, while the ICS Lions, they are in their white uniforms. As their libero, as she's hiding over on the other side in the huddle, the libero for the Lions will be in white. Hey, Lex, can you go down? Down with the camera. As the referees give their final instructions, it looks like the Lions will serve first. It'll be number 25. Excuse me, that's 23. McKenna Stoddard to get us started. Once again, this is a region game for the Rebels. This is a big matchup here on a Saturday. We want to thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball. This opening serve is brought to you by Pam Cornea at Town and Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea, Town and Country Realty, 435-779-0012. We're going to get final instructions from the officials, and we're about to start this matchup. This should be a good one, folks. Refs give their final instruction. Whistle blows, and Stoddard will get us underway. Her serve off the top of the net, and that's going to fall for an ace right off the bat for the Mountain Lions. Tough break there for the Rebels. Not much they can do when the ball falls off the tape like that. Stoddard will serve again. Dribbles it 3 times before she lets it go. This one's dug out by Peterson. Hits the light. Wilson does a nice job keeping it alive. Violet Taylor with an attempt. Dug out by the Lions. Here they come on the attack. Stoddard over the net. Argyle, that's going to bounce off her hands, go long, out of bounds. Rebels trail 2-0 quickly here in the first set. As a couple of tough luck breaks go against the Rebels. As Stoddard will serve again. That is going to be in, they call it. 3-0 Lions in the early going. Stoddard to serve again. Through the routine, it's in the air. Argyle digs it out off the ceiling. Peterson does a good job playing it forward. Hannah Scott will play it over the net as the Rebels regroup. Here comes the Lions attack. That's number 10, Menning. Her shot's going to go long, out of bounds on the near side. 3-1, Rebels will get the serve. Violet Taylor will serve first for the Rebels. Taylor's serve over the net, dug out by the Lions. Here comes their attack, tipped at the net. Taylor does a good job getting the dig. That dig is brought to you by Town of Wood. Here comes Peterson. That's dug out by the Lions. Here come the Rebels. They set up again. It's Scott from the middle of the floor over the top row, dug out nicely by Wayner. The ball comes back. They go to Peterson again. Lefty tip, and that is going to be the first kill of the game for Darlene Peterson. That is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Rebels trail 3-2 as Peterson gets her first Bear Lake Realty kill. Taylor serves. Dug out by Johnson. Over the net, Argyle with the dig. They go to Peterson again. Her right hand blocked to the front of the net. That's going to fall on the Lions side for another kill for Peterson. That's her second early. As that is a good sign, Lex, for the Rebels if you can get Darlene Peterson going early.
Oh, for sure. When she's got her timing down and they're playing together, this is a very tough team to beat. When it's off, they're vulnerable.
They go back to her. Why not? She unleashes with the right hand. That's going to be her third straight Bear Lake Realty kill for Darlene Peterson. That gives the Rebels a 4-3 lead. Violet Taylor will serve again. Taylor releases it. That's going to be in for a Crawford Troth ace. Taylor picks up her first ace of the ball game. Sorry about the delayed call. I can't see on that side. I'm a little short. Here comes the Lions attack, dug out in the back row by Taylor. Wilson sets up Scott in the middle of the floor. Her two-hand bump attempt is going to be called a lift. As that cuts the Rebels' lead from 2-1. It will be number 22. As we look for the name, that's going to go long out of bounds as Brianna Pickett's serve goes long, 6-4 Rebels over the Lions. It'll be Hannah Scott to serve. Scott serves it over the net, dug out by Pickett. They go back to her on the attack. She tips it over. Argyle there with the Town of Woodruff dig. They set up Peterson on the far side. Her attempt on the line and good. Darlene Peterson with her 4th kill of the ball game. That gives the Rebels a 7-4 lead. And Lex, that's what you want out of your seniors when you're playing the defending state champs.
When they're playing Lions, I mean, there's no answer to that defensively.
Lions try to keep that alive. They're unable to. 8-4. The Rebels have doubled up the Lions as Hannah Scott will serve again. Scott serve into the net. Ball will go back to the Lions, 8-5. As we're going to get our first substitution of the game for the Rebels. Checking in the game, number 21, Janie Wallenstein. She checks in for Scott. As Johnson serves for the Lions. Taylor with the dig. Good hustle there from Wilson to keep that alive as Darlene Peterson will play it over the net. Diving effort in the back from Stoddard keeps the ball alive for the Lions. Wilson, she'll set up Peterson. That goes over the net, and that's going to be into the net called against the Rebels. Makes the score 8-6. As it'll be America Johnson to serve again. Over the net, dug out by Peterson, brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. They go to they go to Peterson on the near side, and that is going to lead to a double hit against the Lions as that ball bounced off the chest of number 22. That's Pickett, and then Pickett hit it again, so for a double hit as Wilson served, dug out by the Lions. They're going to try to play it over. They can't do it. That point will go to the Rebels as the Lions are unable to return Wilson's serve. She will serve again. 10-6 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard early in this ball game. Wilson's serve is going to go out of bounds on the near side at about the 10-foot line, making the score 10-7, Rebels with the lead. It'll be Menning to serve. Releases it over the net, dug out by Taylor. Wilson will set up Argyle on the far side. Argyle's attempt dug out by Johnson. Lions attack from the 10-foot line, dug out in the back row by Taylor. They set up Argyle, middle of the net, blocked to the front of the net. That's number 12 in white, Frazee, who gets the block. And this time it's going to be killed by Darlene Peterson as she picks up her 5th of the ball game. Once again, kills are brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. As Peterson picks up the kill, she'll also get the serve. That is going to go long, out of bounds. 11-8, Rebels still lead. Serving for the Lions will be number 21, Becca Wayner. Junior approaches and releases. It's over the net. Peterson with the dig. Wilson sets up Argyle in the middle of the floor. She buries it in the back left corner. Ellie Argyle picks up a kill as that extends the lead to 4 for the Rebels. They lead 12-8. Checking into the game for the Rebels, number 41, Hannah Scott. She checks in for Wallenstein. As Argyle picks up the kill, now she'll serve. Johnson with the dig. Bumped over by Stoddard as they go to Scott in the middle of the floor. Scott finds the line on the far side. Hannah Scott picks up her first Bear Lake Realty kill of the game, and the attack looks good so far in the first set. Argyle serve dug out by Johnson. And Johnson's going to have to play it over the net safely after she gets a return pass. Wilson sets up Taylor on the far side. Taylor is dug out as we get a call going against the Lions into the net. Rebels pick up the point. Argyle will serve again. As we fix the Station on Main scoreboard, it is actually 14-8 Rebels over the Lions. Argyle releases, dug out in the back row by the Lions. We go to Stoddard. That's tipped at the front of the net by Scott. Here comes Violet Taylor on the far side. Her attack is going to be, play's going to be blown down as they call an infraction against the Lions. They call into the net on number 12, Olivia Frazee. It'll be another point for the Rebels. 15-8, they lead. Argyle to serve again. Dug out in the back row by Menning. They go to Johnson, her 10-foot line attack off the hands of Darlene Peterson. Argyle does a nice job getting to that ball, but Wilson is unable to bump it over as it'll hit the net and fall on the Rebel side. 15-9. The Lions lead. And Lex, will we have a moment? The attack for the Rebels has looked solid so far in this matchup.
Well, and first sets have given them problems. You know, we saw it at Bear Lake, but to come out strong like this, especially going down 3-0 to begin this and 15-9 now, yeah, they're clicking.
We're going to get a whistle blown again as they're going to call into the net against the Lions again, this time on number 4. That's Brenly Smith. Gives the Rebels a 16-9 lead as Nia Jolly will serve for the Rebels. Her approach serve on the way, and that is going to be a Crawford-Troth ace for Nia Jolly, as Stoddard is unable to return Jolly's serve. That's her first ace of the ball game. Once again, all aces in this contest are brought to you by the Crawford-Troth, the place to eat and drink. Jolly on the approach again. Lets it go. Dug out by Menning. Ball goes over that. Scott plays it off the top of the tape. Lions are able to get to it. Wilson goes to Taylor on the far side. Taylor's going to try to find that corner, and she does. Violet Taylor finds the very far left corner on the play. She did a good job there. Her body was angled towards the opposite sides of the floor, but she went back against the way her body was pointing, and she picks up the Bear Lake Realty kill right there. 18-9. Rebels still lead. Jolly's serve will go into the net. The ball will go back to the Lions. 18-10, the Rebels with the lead here in set 1. The station on main scoreboard reads the Rebels with an 18-10 lead here in the first set of the ball game. As Stoddard will serve. Taylor digs it out nearly off the ceiling, and we're going to get a lift called against Wilson. 18-11. The Lions pick up the point. Stoddard will serve again. And Stoddard was the catalyst behind that quick 3-0 run. As the announcer jinx works in the Rebels' favor, Stoddard, after the compliment, hits it into the net. 19-11, Rebels with the lead. Violet Taylor to serve. Dug out in the back row by Armstrong. That's going to hit the net and fall to the floor. As that will be a Crawford-Troth ace for Violet Taylor, as that ball was only hit one time. That's going to lead to a T7 propane timeout in T7 propane in Woodruff for all your propane needs. Call 435-793-4208. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. I'm Aaron Poling along with Lex Cornea today. We'll be right back after this.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast. We will be listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. I'm your voice of the Rebels, Aaron Poland, along with Lex Cornea on the color call today. And Lex has been a good start for the Rebels.
Yeah, it has, especially going down 3-0. They've had good answers. Hey, before we begin, I want to give a shout-out to the football team who was listening on the bus home from Water Canyon without air conditioning.
Whew. Violet Taylor serve, dug out by Armstrong. Here comes an attack from the Lions, dug out by Jolly. That dig's brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. And Casey Wilson with the quick tip. She picks up her first kill of the game. Good decision there from Wilson, as that gives the Rebels a 21-11 lead. It's actually Casey Wilson's second day of being 17 years old, as she turned 17 yesterday, as Armstrong's attack off the arms of Taylor bounces around the ceiling, allows Nia Jolly to get there. Wilson will bump it over. Heck of a defensive play from the Rebels as the Lions keep going, as Peterson tipped that one up in the air, just unable to get to it were the Rebels. That's going to fall for a 21-12 advantage for the Rebels. And Lex, that's a tough play on defense when the ball rolls around the ceiling like that.
Well, that just shows scrappiness. You know, they don't give up on balls. And as has been said in our program, you don't know if you don't go. We had all girls going, and we get a great result.
Argyle bumps over. Here comes the attack from the Lions. That's Menning. Her attack dug out by the Rebels. Darlene Peterson tries for the back left corner, dug out on the far side by Menning. Wilson sets up Peterson again. This time with the right hand off the defender and out of bounds. And it's another point for the Rebels, as Darlene Peterson early has 6 kills. Those kills once again brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. It'll be Hannah Scott to serve. Scott, let's go off the top of the tape. And that's going to be a Crawford Troth ace for Hannah Scott, as that ball hit the top of the tape, falls off the arms of a Lions defender to the ground. First ace of the contest for Scott. Makes the score 23-12. This time Armstrong digs out Scott's ace. This time Armstrong digs out Scott's serve, and the Lions return it for a point. They still trail by 10, as the Rebels are 2 points away from picking up an impressive opening set win over the defending state champs. Here comes Armstrong's serve. It's going to fall in the middle of the floor after a little bit of a miscommunication. 23-14, Rebels still lead. Armstrong will serve again. Violet Taylor with the dig as she slides to a knee. They go to Argyle on the near side. Argyle with the left hand. Diving dig in the back by Stoddard. Lions are able to return it. They set up Darlene Peterson on the far side. Peterson lets a missile go off the arms, out of bounds of Armstrong, as Darlene Peterson really got into that one. It is set point for the Rebels. Casey Wilson will do the honors. Over the net, dug out by Saturn. There's Darlene Peterson to tip it in. And that will do it for us here in the first set. The Rebels win set 1 by a score of 25-14 over the state champs. We'll be right back. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. I'm Aaron Poling, your voice of the Rebels. I'm joined today by Lex Cornea. We'll be right back after this.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. The station on main scoreboard reads one set. Well, technically it reads 1-0 for the Lions, but we're going to fix that real quick, as it is 1-0 for the Rebels. They lead set They took set 1 24 to 14 or 25 to 14. You can't win a volleyball set with 24 points. As I'm joined today by Lex Cornea, defensive coordinator of the Rich Rebels football team, who got an impressive victory on the road yesterday in Water Canyon over a Water Canyon team that I think is a little better than what the score said. Just the Rebels took advantage early of some mistakes that were made by the Wildcats, who once again are in their third football game of their history.
Well, and they're going to improve. You look at the athletes they have, the size they have, the speed they have. They'll, by the time we get to November and into playoffs, they'll be a team to watch out for, and you got to play against. But our kids, great effort, especially getting off a 98-degree bus, and getting off and playing. So really proud of them, and now it's on to Wyoming.
Yeah, their reward for a nice victory last night is a nice little 98-degree ride on a bus with no air condition.
Well, that's just how you make memories in high school, right?
Yeah, it builds character, builds toughness. When you're actually out in the wind and you're running around, you're just going to have to remember it's not as bad as that bus.
Well, and last night on that football field, we could really tell guys just rub some dirt in it.
There's definitely plenty of dirt to rub into it.
Had a little longest yard prison vibe.
As Violet Taylor gets us underway here in set 2, it's brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Taylor gets a dig after the Lions return. They go to Peterson on the far side. This time it's going to go into the net as the Lions take a 1-point lead here in set number 2 as we fix that on the Station on Main scoreboard. Once again, this set is brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Darren and Trisha Wallenstein wish the Rebels good luck as Violet Taylor gets the dig. Scott's going to bump it over the net, dug out on the other side. Stoddard will set up a teammate on the near side. That's Pickett. Her attempt blocked. Dug out by the Rebels. Scott will safely play it over. It's Pickett again. That's going to hit the antenna and fall on the side of the Rebels. On the side of the Lions. As eventually the right call is made by the flag referee as Scott will serve for the Rebels. Stoddard sets up Pickett. Pickett's attack is going to go to the back corner. Diving effort from Violet Taylor, but that was a well-placed shot from Pickett. 2-1. Rebels take the lead. Once again, this set is brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Darren, Trisha, and the entire Wallenstein family wish the Rebels good luck. Speaking of the Wallentines, Janie Wallentine will check back into the game for number 41, Hannah Scott. Serve over the net, dug out by Peterson. Wilson sets up Argyle on the far side. She releases right into the area where no one was. That's a wonderfully placed shot there from Ellie Argyle. Ties the set up 2-2 here in set 2. Deuces wild is what we'd call that in baseball. As Wilson serve over the net. And that is buried by Darlene Peterson as a little bit of a misplay on the serve. That is the absolute last person, Lex, that you want to set up on a platter to have a full swing at one of your players.
Yeah, I don't know what the radar gun would put that at, but it was fast.
Lions return the serve. Wilson sets up Peterson again. Peterson unleashes off the hands of the front line, out of bounds. Give Darlene Peterson 10 kills already in this ball game. As Casey Wilson will serve. Serve over the net. Return on both sides on one hit as it goes back to the Lions side. They set up Menning. Menning is blocked by Peterson or Argyle. They go back to Peterson on the far side. She unleashes, and it's in. Darlene Peterson with an impressive display of hitting. That's her 11th kill. We're in set 2. As Argyle and Peterson both pick up a block, we're going to get a T7 Propane timeout. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. I'm your voice of the Rebels, Aaron Poling, along with Lex Cornea today. We'll be right back after this.
A healthy smile improves life in many ways. Fresher breath, increased confidence, and better overall health. Dr. Sean Grohl and his team at Comprehensive Family Dental have been supporting Rich Rebels for over 25 years. Call today and schedule your next appointment. Go Rebels!
supporting the Rich Rebels and everything they do. J-Bar Auto and J-Bar Excavation in Randolph provide services to Rich Rebel fans every day. Auto repair, tires, sand, and gravel. J-Bar Auto and J-Bar Excavation on Main Street in Randolph. Stop in today.
Welcome back to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're in the LSR Refrigerated second set. The station on main scoreboard reads the Rebels 5, or it should read the Rebels 5, the Lions 2, now 3 after that serve goes into the net. And we have some results from the Soda Springs cross-country meet where the Rich Rebels, where they ran today, the cross-country team. Riley Moldenhauer, Katrina Smith, and Jana Carver were top finishers for the Rebels as the Rebels volleyball team. They go to Argyle in the middle of the floor. That's dug out by Stoddard. Armstrong bumps it to Menning. Menning's going to two-hand it over the net as Wallentyne gets there for the Town of Woodruff dig. They go to Peterson. Peterson's attempt dug out in the back row. They go back to Pickett, who got the dig. Wallentyne picks up a dig as Argyle sets up Peterson, tipped at the front line. Good effort there from the Lions to keep it alive. Heck of a rally going. They go back to Peterson on the far side. She unleashes, and that's going to be another kill for Darlene Peterson. That's going to give Peterson her 11th of the ball game. Excuse me, that's her 12th. Top finishers for the boys, Justice Allred, followed by Corbin Moldenhauer, Austin Vasquez, and we're going to get a violation called against the Lions out of rotation. Give the Rebels a 7-3 lead. Austin Vasquez, Ben Sellers, Dylan Wasden, Ethan Earl, and Jared Carver, they round out the rest of the lineup for the Rich Rebels volleyball team on the boys' side. As Peterson's serve goes over the net, they go to Menning. Menning's attempt off the top of the net, back to the Lions side, hit by a Lion, so that's going to be 4 hits. And I've heard, Lex, that race at Soda Springs is a tough one for the runners.
Oh, man, 25 teams. The course is up and down. Just takes a huge effort to run well there, and really proud of our kids for representing well.
It'll be Lions serve. They trailed the Rebels 4-8. Argyle gets the dig. Nice job there from Wilson to dig that out as that was tipped right onto her arms. Unable to get to it is Peterson. It's a tough play, but when a return like that happens at the front of the net, it's just hard for your defense to recover. As it'll be Menning to serve. Peterson with the dig. Wilson sets up Argyle in the middle of the net. Her tip attempt blocked at the front of the net, and they're going to call into the net against the Rebels. Makes the score 8-6, the Lions. Mounting a little bit of a comeback here as Menning will serve again. The announcer curse works in the favor of the Rebels this time as that serve goes into the net, 9-6 Rebels.
I believe that's twice, Aaron.
It is, but when you're putting the hex on the other team, it's not as bad. Ellie Argyle, her serve is going to be unreturned as the second attempt was played to the coach, and the coach plays the third attempt. Lex, I'm not sure, but I know the coach probably can't play the ball, so that point's going to go to the Rebels.
In boys basketball, you don't want the coach to play the ball.
As Argyle's serve is going to go out of bounds long, 10-7. You should maybe ask Rob Leifson why we don't necessarily talk about the kicking game in football. We put a pretty big hex on that the first week, so we just don't talk about it. That serve is dug out by Peterson. Here comes the attack. It's Violet Taylor on the far side. Tries with the left hand, blocked at the front of the net. That's going to fall, 10-8. Rebels still lead by 2. Once again, we're in the LSR Refrigerated second set. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're broadcasting from the Les Schwab Plain Tires broadcast booth. As that serve is dug out by Peterson. They go to Taylor on the far side. Her right-hand tip. Armstrong with a heck of an effort to keep it alive. The Lions are going to have to safely bump it over as Argyle gets the dig in the back row. They go to Peterson at the 10-foot line. Her attempt dug out there by Pickett. They go back to Pickett. Blocked at the net by Jolly and Scott. They go to Peterson. She's going to play it over. Here comes the Lions attack as Pickett from the near side finds the far side hardwood. inbounds. That's 10-9. Rebels still lead by a point. It'll be Wayner to serve for the Lions. Wayner serve, dug out by Peterson. That goes over the net. Scott with a dig. Nice job there. This time Wilson with the dig as that ball stayed at the only a couple inches from the net for about 3 straight back and forths there. As that was tough defense for the Rebels. It's unable to come up with the third time. As it'll be Wayner to serve again. Peterson digs it out. Wilson sets up Taylor on the far side. Her attempt is blocked. Taylor bumps it back over. Argyle gets the dig as she does that well, as that was an awkward bump, and that's going to fall in on the Rebel side. The Lions take an 11-10 lead. Head coach Wendy Lamborn seen enough of that, and she's going to call a T7 Propane timeout as we are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're actually going to go to the Gare Bear fan cam as plenty of Rebel supporters have come out to watch the Rebels play against the defending champs. The Gare Bear fan cam is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty and Broker Gary McKee in Garden City, your home and real estate investment experts. Beachfront property, a mountain retreat, year-round living, or investment properties, whatever you're looking for, the real estate experts at Bear Lake Realty can help you find it. Visit bearlakerealty.com today as we go back to the live cam. As just a quick regroup for the Rebels, as they have been in the driver's seat for most of this matchup. It'll be Wayner to serve again. Peterson in the town of Woodruff dig as Wilson goes to Taylor on the far side. Her attempt is blocked to the front of the net. Heck of an effort there from the Lions to keep it over. Wilson's attempt into the net. That's going to fall. Rebels trail by 2, 12-10. As the Rebels seem to recalibrate just a little bit. As Wayner will serve. That's going to go. That actually stays inbounds for an ace for the Lions. That ball just found its way to the line. 13-10 Lions over the Rebels. Wayner serve over the net. Peterson digs it out. Wilson gets to it, is able to play it back, and the Rebels are unable to return that. 14-10. As Wayner will serve once again. Peterson with the town of Woodruff dig. Wilson will set up Scott in the middle of the net. Scott's attempt dug out in the back row by Armstrong. Lions are going to have to play it over. It's Menning. Argyle gets to it. 10-on-10 crime there as Argyle gets the dig. Scott's going to have to play it over with a reverse bump, and that's going to be problematic for the Lions. They get it back over. Peterson with the dig. They go to Taylor, and they're going to have a lifting call against the Rebels. Excuse me, they're going to call a double hit against the Rebels. As the Rebels are now down 15-10, but this is a situation, Lex, they've been in a couple times where they've come back in multiple sets against different teams. Serve is dug by Peterson. Wilson sets up Jolly on the near side, as her attempt dug out by the Lions. Taylor's going to tip that down, and that return was off the ceiling to the ground. Heck of a play there from Violet Taylor to tip that down and cause havoc on the Lions defense on the far side. As Stoddard was able to get to it, her return bump was off the top of the roof, straight to the floor. It'll be Jolly to serve for the Rebels. Jolly serve dug out by Menning. They go to Pickett. Pickett bumps it over as they set up Scott in the middle of the floor. Scott tries to go far corner. Nice dig there from Wayner. As that attempt from Pickett's going to fall to the floor. 16-11 Lions over the Rebels.
Well, this is a team that played for a state championship last year, and, even though a lot of those girls are graduated, these girls were in practice with them every day. You can see it.
Serves over the net, dug out by Peterson. Wilson will set up Taylor on the far side. Taylor unleashes. That's going to fall on the side of the Lions after a couple of heroic efforts there to keep that alive. As Violet Taylor let one go that was blocked at the front of the net. The original blocker, that was Stoddard, hit the ball backwards, and her teammates weren't able to get to it, so Violet Taylor will serve for the Rebels. Armstrong bumps it forward. That's going to be played over in the front row. Here comes the Rebel attack. Peterson on the far side. Peterson's attempt is blocked out of bounds. Point Rebels. They now trail 16-3 here in the LSR refrigerated second set as Violet Taylor will serve. Stoddard tries a quick tip attempt. Peterson snuffs that out. Peterson's going to get a quick tip of her own with the left hand. Lions dig it out. Another tip is going to fall as that's number 4, Brenly Smith. She picks up the kill there for the Lions. They lead, excuse me, let me fix the scoreboard. I have the scoreboard backwards as the Lions lead 17-13. It'll be Stoddard to serve. Taylor digs it out off the ceiling. Good concentration there from Wilson to be able to play that to Scott. Scott two-hands it over. They set up Pickett on the near side. Her attempt dug out by Argyle. They go to Peterson on the far side. Peterson has to lean back to hit that one, but she's able to get it over. Lions return it with an attempt from Menning. They go to Scott in the middle of the floor. Scott tips it over. Armstrong with the dig on the far side for the Lions. They go to Pickett near side. Her cross-court attack dug out by Taylor. They go to Peterson. Peterson on the far side is blocked into the net and down. It'll be another point for the Lions. They lead 18-13. As it'll be Stoddard to serve again for the Lions. Stoddard unleashes one that's dug out by Peterson. That's going to fall on the far side. Diving effort from Casey Wilson to keep it alive. 19-13. Lions lead the Rebels. Stoddard will serve once again for the Lions. That's going to go long out of bounds. Point for the Rebels, 19-14. Let's see if they can muster up a little bit of momentum here. Try to come back, Lex. They don't necessarily have to come back and win this set, but you want to come back just to build momentum for the rest of the game.
Without a doubt, and that's something they were able to do a little bit against Bear Lake, and that's why that third set looked like it did.
Wallentyne serve goes over the net. The ball is tipped, rolls on the top of the net. Jolly sets up Argyle. Argyle unleashes into the back row. That's dug out by the Lions. Medding's going to have to bump it over as Violet Taylor's there to dig it out. They go to Peterson on the far side. Peterson unleashes, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. Point Rebels, 19-15. Darlene Peterson give her another kill. That is her 13th of the ball game. Lucky number 13 for Darlene Peterson to go along with her one block. As Wallentyne's serve goes over the net. Here comes the Lions attack. Blocked to the front of the net by Peterson. That actually hits the net. Or no, they're going to call that against the Rebels. As that appeared like it hit the out of bounds pole, but the call is going to go. Actually, they're going to talk about it with the flag official on the near side. Trying to read lips, but it doesn't look like he saw it hit the pole. Yeah, they're going to keep the call the same. 20-15, the Rebels trail. It's Pickett with the serve, dug out by the Rebels. Here comes an attack from Argyle on the near side. That's going to fall for another kill for Ellie Argyle. Makes the score 20-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Argyle gets her third Bear Lake Realty kill of the matchup. It'll be Casey Wilson to serve. Her serve over the net. And that's going to be returned nicely by the Lions as they had to return that from the back of the gym after it bounced off a couple of arms. Argyle's attempt is going to hit the back row off the ceiling. Good concentration there from Pickett to keep it alive, and that's going to go off the Rebels out of bounds. 21-16. The Lions lead. Checking back into the game for the Lions, number 10, Menning. It will be Armstrong, the libero. Excuse me. It'll be Johnson, the libero, to serve. First serve dug out by Argyle. Wilson goes back to Argyle, has to adjust. It still finds the back corner. What a shot from Ellie Argyle. That was not easy, as she had to stop her momentum and was still able to find the back left corner, and there is absolutely nothing a defense can do with that, Lex.
Oh, no question. We've had a couple like that, and if they can string some points together, they might even be able to get this set.
Peterson with the serve. It's played from the 10-foot line by the Lions. Nice dig there from Peterson. They go back to Argyle. Argyle's tip. Diving effort from that's Stoddard. As Stoddard keeps it alive. That ball sits on the net for a second, falls to the side of the Rebels. As Taylor's going to tip it, and they're going to call into the net against the Lions. Rebels don't look now. They're within 3. As Peterson will serve again. Dug out by Wayner. Here comes an attack from the back row. Pickett, diving effort from Wallenstein, keeps it alive. Diving effort from Argyle keeps it alive. This time Wilson safely over the net. The Rebels look to regroup on defense. They go to Menning, and Menning finds the middle of the defense. That's a nice shot there from Menning, 22-18. As that was a heck of a rally defensively for the Rebels. They're just unable to finish the point. But a couple of nice diving efforts to keep that play alive. Menning with the kill. She'll serve for the Lions. Peterson keeps that one alive with a diving effort. Wilson sets up Jolly on the near side. Jolly goes to the back corner. Diving effort from Wilson into the net. And the Lions are able to keep that alive after they dig it out. Here comes Taylor on the far side attack. That's going to be in as Violet Taylor finds the back line. Beautiful shot there from Violet Taylor, who Lex has really come into her own. And I think in the last 3 games, Violet Taylor has played very, very well for the Rebels.
Well, you know, she's had a hip injury, but, man, her work, and, I mean, you knew she was going to come on. It's just going to be a matter of time.
It'll be Ellie Argyle as Lex Cornea breaks some news to me. I did not know Violet Taylor had a hip injury, as that serve is unable to return out of bounds. 22-20, Rebels trail by 2. It'll be Argyle to serve again. We're going to get a T7 propane timeout. And with that, you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. I'm the voice of the Rich Rebels, Aaron Poling, along with the defensive coordinator of the football team today, who's on color commentary and camera duty, Lex Cornea. But we forgot to mention the star of the West Star Printing ad.
You know, West Star Printing really needs to update that ad. And I know the owner, B.J. Stokes, I've asked for royalties. He just gives me the cold shoulder, but I think it's time to update.
Yeah, I'm worried about the update becoming my face in the Crawford Troth ad, so I can understand where you're coming from.
Hey, you know what? I make that same face when I go in the Crawford Troth.
It's a very good place to eat and drink.
Yes, it is.
That's for sure. Crawford Troth sponsors Aces in tonight's matchup. This second set is brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallenstein family wish the Rebels good luck. The station on main scoreboard says that the Rebels trail 22-2 here in the LSR Refrigerated set 2. But they have the serve. Argyle serves for the Rebels, dug out by Johnson. They go to Pickett in the back line. Her attack finds Wilson as that ball hit the speaker in the ceiling and bounced away from Nia Jolly. Jolly was underneath it. That's a tough break for the Rebels. They trail 23-20. As Wayner serves, dug out by the Rebels. They go to Scott in the middle of the floor. Scott's going to find the back corner. Hannah Scott with a precision kill there. Brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Rebels trail by 2 again. That is Scott's second of the contest. Nia Jolly to serve for the Rebels. And we're going to get a whistle blown. That's going to be out of rotation against the Lions. That's a huge break for the Rebels as you hear the coach. One of the coaches on the Lions bench try to get her players' attention at the last second. As it looks like maybe Lex turned some lights off. There are no light switches on that side. I'm just messing with them. It's Nia Jolly to serve for the Rebels. Dug out by Wayner in the back row. An attack is going to be punched into the net, and don't look now. Rebels tie the ball game 23-23 in the LSR Refrigerated set 2. Once again, in volleyball, you have to win the set by 2. So Nia Jolly will serve for the Rebels. Jolly releases the serve. That's dug out in the back row by Wayner. Safely played over the net by Menning for the Lions. Here come the Rebels attack. They go to Scott. Scott two-hands it to the back corner. Johnson with the dig. Effort there from Stoddard to keep it alive. That's going to be played out of bounds. Rebels take a 24-23 lead. As Nia Jolly has set point in her hands right now. She approaches the ball, hits it. That's dug out in the back row by Wayner. Stoddard does a good job. Menning's going to have to safely play it over. Argyle to Wilson. They set up Taylor on the far side. Taylor's attempt dug out by Menning. Quick tip attempt is snuffed out by Peterson. Good reaction there. Scott will attack from the middle of the floor. That's bumped out. Scott again. This time it's going to fall as Hannah Scott wins the set for the Rebels. Lex, you called it. Rebels come back and win this set 25-23 as you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. That was the LSR Refrigerated second set. The station on main scoreboard reads the Rebels 25-23 in set 2. They take a 2-0 lead. We'll be back after this commercial break.
When you drive on the best tires that are rotated, balanced, and inflated properly, you can save money 2 ways. The best tires can reduce wear and tear on your vehicle. That saves you money in the long run. The best tires can also improve your overall miles per gallon. That helps you save every time to fill up at the pump. At Freeway Tire in Evanston, we offer the best tires with the best service for every vehicle. Make sure you're running on the best tires you can. Visit Freeway Tire today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plain Tires broadcast booth. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Every person.
As we are heading into the third set, the Rebels have a 2-0 lead on the station on main scoreboard. This third set is brought to you by the Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. It is time for the Pam Cornea at Town and Country first serve. Actually, that'll be about in a minute 20 as we got some time in between sets. Man, the Rebels do not like to use the whole clock during their timeouts, do they?
Well, you know, when things are going well for you, those last couple answers they had on those points, get back out, keep it going.
I do like getting back out there, especially when you have the momentum. We kind of saw a little bit of mind games from Bear Lake on Thursday. If you were tuned into the broadcast, the Rebels were out in that 5th set with about 1:30 left to go, and Bear Lake, they made sure, they weren't even talking in the huddle, but they made sure to use that full 2:30 to try to quell the momentum.
Well, timeouts are momentum killers when used well.
Looks like Stoddard will do the honors of getting us started in the third set. Once again, the station on main scoreboard is wrong right now, as it should be 0-0, but I got to fix that as well because the Rebels lead 2-0, not the Lions. As we fix the station on main scoreboard, the Rebels are one set win away from picking up their 4th straight victory, second in region, and then their 7th victory overall. But the Rebels have a cautionary tale. Although they are up 2-0, they cannot rest on their laurels as they know firsthand a team can come back 0-2. They did it on Thursday. So look for the Rebels to come out and try to keep the momentum here and put their foots to the pedal. and get out of here with a third set win. As we get some final instructions from the referees, they check the rotations. As the official comes back, puts his glasses away, points to the official in the stand, and we are ready to go as Stoddard will do the honors in the third set. She opens it up with a serve to Darlene Peterson, gets a town of Woodruff dig. They go back to Peterson. Peterson with the left hand, too easy for Darlene Peterson. You give her that much space in the floor, she's going to find it every single time. Peterson picks up another kill. That's her 14th of the ball game. As she will serve. Armstrong can't dig it out. Darlene Peterson with the Crawford Troth ace. That is her first of the ball game to go along with her 14 kills and a block. She'll serve again. Peterson serve over the net. Dug out by Pickett. Johnson's going to have to play it over. Peterson digs it out, and that's going to fall out of bounds on the other side of the net. Rebels lead 2-1. As it's Pickett. She'll serve. She's going to start her approach from Nevada. As Peterson with a diving dig. Wilson sets up Taylor on the far side. Blocked to the front of the net. That's dug out over the net by Argyle. Jolly with an attempt. Dug out in the back row by Pickett. Johnson's going to have to two-hand it over the net. Wallentine with the dig. They're going to go to Taylor on the far side. Dug out by Stoddard. Pickett's going to have to play it over from the 10-foot line as Darlene Peterson with a nice effort there to get to the ball for a dig. Argyle's attempt dug out. Argyle's going to tip that wayward pass down. Ellie Argyle picks up another kill. That's her 5th of the ball game. As once again, when you make a mistake around the net, the Rebels will make you pay if you leave it in the vicinity where they can get to it. Argyle with the kill and the serve. Taylor with the tip. Dug out by the Lions. It's Stoddard over the net. Argyle with the dig. Scott's going to attack from the middle of the floor. Dug out by the Lions. Here comes Stoddard. Two-hand attempt goes into the net. 4-1. Rebels lead here in the third set. This third set is brought to you by the Rich County government. Rebels with a championship cause. Argyle will serve. Lets it go. That's going to be an ace for Ellie Argyle as the serve handcuffed the Lions player. Ellie Argyle picks up a Crawford Troth ace as she serves again. That one's going to go long out of bounds. 5-2 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard as the action's coming fast and furious. So I can't update the scoreboard in time. 5-2 Rebels over the Lions. They hold a 2-0 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Johnson's serve is going to hit the top of the net and bounce back onto the Lions side. 6-2 Rebels. That's always dicey, Lex, when the ball hits the top of the tape like that. If it rolls over, it's a tough return for the defense.
Well, it's a gamble. I mean, you know, it's so hard to return, but, you know, you're risking things.
Jolly, she'll serve. Over the net, dug out by Johnson. Stoddard sets up Menning. That looks like it hits the net and falls to the floor. As Scott and Violet Taylor were both in the vicinity of that ball to knock it down if it was over the net. 7-2 Rebels. As Nia Jolly will serve again. Jolly unleashes the serve, and that's going to be a Crawford Troth ace. Number 4, Nia Jolly picks up her second ace of the ball game. Rebels lead 8-2. Jolly with the ace. She'll serve again. As her right arm has to be getting a little tired, as that's 5 straight serves. As Johnson digs it out, and that's going to go into the net. Nia Jolly better loosen that arm up again, and she's going to serve again for the Rebels.
Well, they've had great velocity. Again, if you wanted a radar gun, you know, she'd be putting some digits up on that.
Jolly's serve goes over the net, dug out in the back row by Wayner. Wayner gets the attack attempt. They go to Violet Taylor on the Rebel side. Tipped at the front of the net. Except they're going to call 4 hits as the Lions were unable to get to that ball. And Lex, one of the underrated aspects of a Rebels volleyball game is sometimes the facial expressions of Nia Jolly.
She's a character. I mean, she's going to be a lead in the musical, no doubt.
If you catch, as that serve goes out of bounds, but if you catch her going into the huddle in the middle of the floor, as we had the camera perfectly on trained towards the middle of the floor on her side at Bear Lake, she makes some really funny facial expressions. As Violet Taylor serves dug out by Johnson. They're going to go back to Johnson. She'll have to bump it over the net from the back row. Wilson sets up Peterson on the far side. Peterson unleashes. Heck of a job there from number 22. That's Pickett just to get to that ball, but it's going to hit the net and fall on the side of the Lions, 11-3. Violet Taylor will serve again. Taylor serve into the net. 11-4. Rebels with the lead in the set. They lead 2-0 in set score on the Station on Main scoreboard. This third set is brought to you by the Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. As Wayner's going to serve. It's over the net, dug out by Argyle. Wilson to Peterson. Peterson with the tip attempt. Diving effort there from Pickett to keep it alive. Manning's going to have to just bump it over safely. Jolly to Wilson. That's off the top of the net. Good job there from Wilson to keep that alive as it was tipped down onto her. But Scott's attempt goes into the net, 11-5. It'll be Wayner to serve again. Violet Taylor digs it out. Good effort there from Wilson as Argyle's going to safely play it over. Manning with the dig. They go near side to Pickett. Pickett's attempt is going to be in as that finds the back line. Heck of a shot there from Pickett. Rebels still lead 11-6. As we get a little bit of a delay as there's a second ball on the floor, but we'll turn it over to Wayner with the serve. Argyle with the dig. Wilson to Peterson on the far side. Her attack is good. Darlene Peterson kills that one with an attack to the 10-foot line from the far side to the near side. 12-6 Rebels over the Lions here in set 3. Once again, the Rebels lead 2-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As that is Peterson's 15th kill of the ball game as Wallentyne unleashes a serve. A punch attempt as I think that fooled Nia Jolly a little bit there, as it's kind of hard to describe that hit there from 22 in the white. That's Pickett, as she kind of, almost like if you're playing tetherball, she backhanded the ball, as that's a tough read. That's something I've never really seen before.
Craftiness around the net.
As the Lions receive instructions from the coaching staff on the sideline, it's going to be Frazee to serve. And that's going to go into the net for a Rebel point, 13-6. Rebels lead 13-6 here in set, or excuse me, 13-7 here in set 3. As we update the Station on Main scoreboard, as Wilson's serve is dug out in the back by Wayner. They go to Pickett on the near side. She tries that backhand punch again. This time it's dug out by Wallentyne. Violet Taylor does a good job just to get it to Wilson, who safely plays it over. Quick attempt there from Stoddard is dug out in the middle by Argyle, as Nia Jolly's attempt is blocked at the net to the floor for a Lion point. As it'll be Stoddard to serve. This has been the most successful part of the rotation for the Lions, with Stoddard serving. As they go to Wilson. Wilson to Peterson in the middle of the floor. And Peterson buries it off the arms of Johnson for another kill. Give Darlene Peterson 16 in the game. Makes the score 14-8 Rebels over the Lions. As Peterson will serve. This time it goes into the net. 14-9 Rebels with a 5-point advantage here in set 3. As Pickett will serve for the Lions. Pickett serve. As we get dueling service errors, the ball goes back to the Rebels as Hannah Scott will check in for Janie Wallentyne. Argyle will serve for the Rebels. Argyle lets one go. Dug out by Johnson. Quick attempt from Stoddard finds the arms of Violet Taylor. They'll go to Scott in the middle of the floor. Scott's attempt is going to fall as a diving effort from Johnson to no avail. 16-9, Rebels lead the Lions. As Hannah Scott picks up her 4th kill of the game. And we're going to get a T7 propane timeout called by the Lions bench. With that, you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. I'm the voice of the Rebels, Aaron Poling, along with the defensive coordinator of the football team. On the color call duties today, Lex Cornea. We'll be back after this.
Every person added together makes a community great. Rich County, Utah is filled with individuals that are kind, hardworking, and filled with integrity. We're proud of our children and understand that they have the capacity to make the world a better place. Showing support for every student at Rich High School fosters a healthy community. The Rich County Commissioners, clerk, and citizens of our community say good luck to the Rich Rebels today and every day. Go Rebels!
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. The Lions use the full minute of their timeout as the official chats with the scorer's table. They figure it out. Argyle unleashes a serve, gets us back into play after the T7 propane timeout. Menning, her attempt, diving effort there from Argyle. Violet Taylor there to bump it back to the middle of the floor, where Casey Wilson safely plays it over to the back row. Johnson, as they set up an attempt from... So they set up an attempt, it's played over. It's going to be a lifting call against the Rebels. Or excuse me, a 2-hit call against the Rebels. Makes the score 16-10, Rebels over the Lions. Once again, the Station on Main scoreboard reads the Rebels with a 2-0 lead over the defending state champions in 1A, the ICS Lions, as Johnson will serve. Peterson with the dig. Wilson sets up Scott. Scott with an attempt dug out by Stoddard. Two players try to play it for the Lions, and Stoddard's attempt is going to hit the net, fall to the floor. 7-point lead for the Rebels in set 3. It'll be Nia Jolly to serve. As the run the Rebels went on the last time Jolly served is the difference in this set. Jolly serve over the net. Johnson has to get low to keep that alive. Menning, her attempt blocked to the net. Peterson just can't get to it as Violet Taylor got her hands to it. And sometimes, Lex, when you get your hands on the ball, it makes it harder for your back row to get to it.
It's true, but you have to play the balls that are there.
Menning with the serve. Peterson with the dig on the Rebels side. They go to Taylor. Taylor's going to bump it over. Menning with the dig on the Lions side. Stoddard tries a quick play attempt. That finds the arms of Jolly. They go to Taylor on the far side. Taylor unleashes one to Armstrong. Taylor's going to tip it back over the net as Violet Taylor picks up her 3rd kill of the ball game. There's good persistence there from Violet Taylor as she unleashed an absolute rocket right to the arms of Johnson. Johnson's return at the front of the net as Taylor picks up a Crawford Troth ace. Miscommunication between the Lions, and Taylor picks up her 3rd ace of the contest. Taylor will serve again, 19-11. The Rebels lead as her serve is dug out by Pickett. They go back to Pickett for an attack. That's blocked by Casey Wilson as she gets up and gets down. The shortest player on the floor gets a block for the Rebels. As that's one thing myself and Rob Leifson have talked about in other broadcasts. She has some hops. As that's going to be a miscommunication on the Rebels side. That falls 20-12.
Casey Wilson was a very constant presence in the weight room this spring. And, lots of jumping, lots of box jumping, lots of squats. It's paying off.
It is definitely paying off as I don't know if other teams expect that out of her. As that's dug out by Taylor. Wilson sets up Peterson on the far side. Peterson unleashes, blocked by the Lions. They go back to Peterson. Peterson's going to tip that over the Lions front row with their left hand. That is kill number 17 for Darlene Peterson.
In the net.
Oh, they're actually going to call in the net. That'll be Lions point. It'll be 13-20 on the Station on Main scoreboard. as the Lions will serve with Wayner. Taylor digs it out. They go to Peterson on the far side. Peterson's attempt found by Johnson. Quick tip over the net, dug out by Argyle. They go back to Peterson. Peterson unleashes, blocked at the front of the net by the Lions, 20-14, as that ball falls on the Rebel side. It'll be Wayner to serve again. Wayner lets one go. Argyle. Wilson tips it over the net. That's blocked in the front of the net. The return is off the ceiling, and that's going to fall on the Lions side, actually, as that ball hit the ceiling a couple times, and the Lions were unable to keep it alive. Checking into the ball game for the Rebels, number 21, Janie Walentine. She'll take the server's position.
You know, that's one of the few balls off the ceiling that the ICS haven't been able to play. It's kind of like the Green Monster at Fenway. Boston plays it better than anybody.
And Walentine off the bench with the Crawford Troth ace.
That's a shout out for Rob Leifson, who is an avid Red Sox fan. It's just a miserable year for him.
Yeah, I feel his misery. I'm a Tigers fan. It's much worse in Detroit right now as that serve goes long, out of bounds, 22-15. As both the broadcasters for the football game last night have both been wallowing in misery in baseball. But we have the Rebels who look really good here, up 22-15 on the station on main scoreboard. As that serve's going to go into the net. Rebels 2 points away from the victory. As Casey Wilson will serve for the Rebels. Wilson serve over the net, dug out by Wayner. They go to Pickett on the near side. Her attack finds the arms of Walentine. Wilson does a good job to set up Peterson. Peterson unleashes. Nice dig there as Argyle's tip attempt off the top of the net and down. Give Ellie Argyle another kill. That is 6 for Argyle. As Lex hits the best point in all of volleyball. Game point,
Been
Casey
looking for
Wilson.
it all game.
Does the honors. She gets us into play. Stoddard sets up Smith. Smith finds Walentine as Argyle tries to find the back line. Out of bounds. That would have been a very fitting ending to the game. Ellie Argyle just misses putting this one away by a couple of inches. That ball, if you're looking on the floor, hit the line in between where the first player in the free throw lineup would go, as that is dug out by Argyle. Jolly's going to play it over the net with a bump. Johnson finds Stoddard. Stoddard to Pickett on the near side. Pickett's going to let one go. Taylor does a good job to dig that out. They go to Peterson. Peterson, she will finish the ball game as Darlene Peterson buries that one off the arms of Johnson. That's another kill for Peterson. And the Rebels win the ball game. They defeat the defending state champs 3-0. They win this set 25-16. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're going to go to a Gare Bear fan cam as the Rebels defeat the defending state champions in 3 straight sets. As we go to the fan cam, brought to you again by Gary McKee in Garden City. As the fan cam is brought to you again by Bear Lake Realty and broker Gary McKee in Garden City, your home and real estate investment experts, beachfront property, a mountain retreat, year-round living, or investment properties. Whatever you're looking for, the real estate experts at Bear Lake Realty can help you find it. Visit bearlakerealty.com today. You've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be back with the postgame show after this.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar-S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar-S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar-S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
It's time for the Mountain Valley Cattle Company as Darlene Peterson's getting chirped by the crowd, telling her to graduate already. One more season and Peterson will graduate, but she had a heck of a game. But it's time for the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, supporting the Rich Rebels in all their endeavors. Stay tuned for the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital post-game highlights. The final score in today's game, the station on main scoreboard, is the Rebels win 3-0. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mountain Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
Welcome back to the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, where we are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. Let's take a look at some post-game highlights brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, the most caring hospital on earth. And the Rebels come to ICS. Once again, ICS are the defending state champions, and the Rebels do a very, very good job as they win in 3 straight sets. 25-14, 25-23, and 25-16. As this really caps off what has been a pretty good weekend for Rebel sports. As, of course, the volleyball team came all the way back against Bear Lake on Thursday. The football team won last night, and the Rebels pick up their second region victory against ICS, and that puts them in a pretty good position going forward as they continue to move through the calendar. But some highlights from tonight's game. Darlene Peterson finished the contest with 18 total kills as she buried the last one to give the Rebels a victory. She also had an ace and a block. Ellie Argyle, she finished with 6 kills, 1 block, 1 ace. Violet Taylor finished with 3 kills, 3 aces. And Hannah Scott had 4 kills and an ace herself with with 1 block. As we move along to Nia Jolly, she had 2 aces. Casey Wilson picked up a kill, block, and 2 aces. And that'll do it for some of the highlights of tonight's ball game. Coming up next, the Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game here on the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Today's final score on the Station on Main scoreboard reads: the Rebels 3 sets, the Lions none. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
So this is the reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. Sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails, brand new homes now starting at $600,000, quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like you to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Welcome back to the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, supporting Rich Rebels in all their endeavors. We are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. It is time for the Precision Play of the Game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham. Precision Family Dentistry at affordable prices. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910. As the Precision Play of the Game has to go to Ellie Argyle, who found the junction of the back line and the left sideline, as that was a precise kill, her 5th kill of the ball game, that really kind of started to turn the tide for the Rebels in the second set, as Argyle found the back corner to bring the Rebels within 3. And that is our precision play of the game. Coming up next, we have our player of the game. We're going to go to the player of the game right now. And today I have decided that the player of the game is number 8, Darlene Peterson, as she racked up 18 kills in the ball game, along with, as we go back to the stat sheet, 18 kills and an ace, a block, as she touches all of the good categories on the stat sheet. Darlene Peterson is our player of the game for tonight's contest. Coming up next, the calendar update and one final Freaky Fast recap brought to you by Jimmy John's in Evanston. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center broadcast of Rebel Sports. The final score on the Station on Main scoreboard was the Rebels 3 sets, the Lions 0. We'll be back after this.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full-service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back to the Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show. We are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth here at ICS High School, where the Rebels win 3-0. Looking at the Rebel calendar for the upcoming week, on Thursday we have the Rich Rebels taking on, as I can't read my own handwriting, so we're going to look that up real quick just to be sure. I don't want to give you guys any faulty information. As the Rebels will take on Altamont at home on Thursday, and the volleyball team will take on Tabiona on Saturday at home, and then the football team will be in Mountain View at 1 o'clock. The volleyball game starts at 2 o'clock on Saturday. That's Friday, not Saturday. Thursday, the volleyball game is at 6:30 versus Altamont. We will have the broadcast for you live on Thursday for the volleyball game, and on Friday we'll have the football game at Mountain View. We'll have that broadcast for you as the Rebels volleyball team is at home taking on Tabiona in a big region matchup, as both the volleyball games this week are region games for the Rebels. That was our calendar update for the upcoming week. Now we're going to move to our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. As to recap this game real quickly, some would say in a freaky fast manner, the Rebels win the first set 25-14. They win the second set 25-23, the third set 25-16. That's the Rebels with a 3-0 set score win over the defending state champs. Our Freaky Fast recap of tonight's game is brought to you by Jimmy John's, where freaky fast and fresh meat to make fresh and delicious gourmet sandwiches every day. Get some freaky fresh food today. I did. It was great. Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street, Evanston. Again, the final score on the Station on Main scoreboard was the Rebels 3-0 in a victory. They won those sets 25-14, 25-23, and 25-26. Thanks for joining us today, and please make sure to support the businesses who make all this possible. I was talking with Lex Cornea during the break today, and this is one of the best jobs in the world, if not the best. This is so much fun. I get to do this, and none of this is possible without any of our sponsors. So please support them the best you can. But until next time, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC.